Hi everybody, welcome to Carmen's Australian Storytime. Today we are reading the fun book Stuck, written and illustrated by Oliver Jeffers. I wonder what is going to get stuck. Let's have a look at the blurb. It all began when Floyd got his kite stuck in a tree. A laugh-out-loud story of determination and inventiveness from worldwide picture book sensation Oliver Jeffers. The blurb. This book sounds so interesting, and already I am curious about how Floyd will get his kite out of the tree. What would you do if your kite got stuck in a tree? I also want to see if this book makes me laugh out loud. Let's find out what Floyd gets up to and how he solves the problem. It all began when Floyd got his kite stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck. It looks like Floyd has a problem. Can you think of things he could do to get the kite out of the tree? I can think of a few things he could try, like asking his parents to help, getting a ladder and trying to climb the tree, but I'm very curious to see what Floyd does. This tree doesn't look very easy to climb, and I don't know where the tree is to be able to get a ladder, and it doesn't say if there is a grown-up with him either. Make a prediction. What will he do? This tree looks like it is done with white crayon swirls and then painted with blue watercolor. The trouble really began when he threw his favourite shoe to knock the kite loose. And that got stuck too. Oh no, Floyd. Oh no, that actually seems like a good thing to try, but not if the shoe gets stuck. Poor Floyd. Now he has two things stuck in the tree. I wonder what he will try next. This time the tree is painted brown and looks like maybe cotton buds dipped in brown paint and dabbed onto the paper to create the leaves. He threw up his other shoe to knock down his favourite shoe, and unbelievably that got stuck as well. In order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. Oh please. Floyd is not having much luck, is he? Now both his favourite shoes and his kite are stuck. 3 of his things stuck in the tree. I wonder why he fetched the cat. I'm a little worried about what he is going to do with Mitch. This time the tree is green and looks like it has been dabbed with a paintbrush dipped in light green paint and then dark green paint. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Floyd fetched a ladder. He was going to sort this out once and for all. I don't think Floyd thought that one through. Now his cat Mitch is stuck up there as well. Finally, it looks like Floyd is going to solve the problem with the sensible idea of a ladder. Cats do get stuck in trees a lot, but I don't know why he thought the cat would help. This tree is red. It looks like all of the items have been coloured in with coloured pencil and then white crayon used for the leaves, then red watercolour painted over the top. I like that Floyd has not given up and keeps problem solving and trying new things. Let's hope the ladder works. And up he threw it. What? I'm sure you can guess what happened. What? What are you doing, Floyd? I thought everyone knew how to use a ladder. This is not what I expected Floyd to do with it, did you? Oh my. Can you list all the items that are stuck now without looking? Kite, his favourite shoes, the cat, and now the ladder. This time a few colours have been used. A pink background, blue leaves, and a blue with a little bit of green around the edges, a red kite and maybe pink crayon under the tree, and Floyd. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbour and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. And wouldn't you know it, the bucket of paint got stuck. Then Floyd tried. What do you think he's going to try? If you have a look at his body, he's got something on top of his head. Let's see. Making inferences and visual clues. I am thinking that maybe Floyd did not ask the neighbour to borrow the ladder because he needed to get it out and back before anyone noticed. This is called inferring, when you work things out that aren't actually told to you in the story. Okay, Floyd is going crazy now. Would you throw a bucket of paint up into the tree? Maybe he thought it would work because it was heavy. If I use my visual clues, I notice there is no lid on the bucket. Floyd is lucky the paint did not go everywhere. I also notice that now Floyd looks frustrated. How can I tell that? Remember I said there's something on the top of his head? You are right, visual clues. He has a scribble drawn above his head, and the way his face is drawn is different. He looks very frustrated. A duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, their front door to knock down the kitchen sink. Floyd, what are you doing? Would you throw any of those things up at the tree? Not me. Floyd has definitely gone crazy. Can you remember everything he has thrown so far? The kite, his favourite shoes, Mitch the cat, the ladder, paint, duck, chair, his friend's bike, the kitchen sink, front door. Floyd, you are going to have some serious explaining to do. Do you think anything will work? The family car to knock down the front door, the milkman to knock down the family car, an orangutan to knock down the milkman who surely had somewhere else to be. He was delivering the milk. Floyd is just going to try anything now. The list of items just gets longer and longer. How on earth did he get the milkman and an orangutan up there? The more ridiculous this story gets, the more I love it. Sometimes the best books are the ones that are just ridiculous and fun. There are a lot of drawings on these pages. The tree is bright yellow, then pink, and I love the orangutan. It looks like crayon or maybe felt pens with orange watercolour over the top. Do you think Floyd looks strong enough for all these things he is lifting? A small boat to knock down the orangutan, a big boat to knock down the small boat. Look at the size of that boat. A rhinoceros to knock down the big boat. A long-distance lorry, a lorry is a truck, to knock down the rhinoceros, and the house across the street to knock down the long-distance lorry. I think the big boat could knock down the whole tree. I would love to know where he got all of these things from. Would you say this book was fact or fiction? If you activate your prior knowledge of all of these items, you would definitely say that this is a fiction book. Can you have another go at listing all of the items so far? There are so many now. I think the tree would have fallen down. I love that he threw the house across the street and not his own house. Will he ever get all of these things out of the tree? A lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street. A curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse. Do you think that Floyd might live near the ocean? I can make this inference because of the items he has thrown in the tree. I also think he might live near the zoo. What do you think? How do you think this book is going to end? Throwing a whale in the tree. This Floyd must be super strong. And they all got stuck. Test your memory. So far, there are 20 items that are stuck in the tree. Get some paper and write down as many as you can remember and see if you can remember them in the order they got stuck. How did you go? Oh, I don't even know how I would go doing that. Let's have a go and see. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. Can we help at all? And up they went, first the engine, followed by the firemen, one by one. This would be the most amazing sight to see. I think I would have called the firemen to help a long time ago, but they don't even get the chance because Floyd throws them all up in the tree. I think if I were in the tree, I could use all of the items in the tree to get everything down. What do you think? This story does not look like it is ever going to end. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea and went to find a saw. This is the best idea you've had since the ladder, Floyd. A saw to cut down the tree sounds like a great idea. Do you think the saw will work? I think Floyd is right that he will be in big trouble after all the things that he has thrown in the tree. Do you think this tree looks strong enough to hold all of these things? Let's see if the saw worked. He lined it up as best he could and hurled it up at the tree. Floyd! Oh no, that's not what you do with a saw, Floyd. He is so silly. And that was it. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite came unstuck. Pop! Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite, the very first thing, and put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. Floyd. That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted. But before he did, he could have sworn that there was something he was forgetting. Oh, this is the funniest and best page of the book. After all of that, the kite has come down, and it had been up there so long he had forgotten about it. I don't think it was a good idea to go and play with it all day and leave everybody else up there, do you? Why do you think he was having trouble sleeping? Can you remember all the items that are still in the tree? Hang on a minute. I've got a great idea. Oh, do you think the fireman's figured out he could use the ladder and get everything down? He has left everything. Oh no. Everything else is in the tree, including the milkman and the fireman. What can they do to get down out of the tree? See if you can draw a tree with all of the items in it. You might need a big piece of paper. Thank you for listening to this fun story, and I look forward to another read soon, especially if it's an Oliver Jeffers book. They are so fun. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Bye for now.